Willow.
Uh-huh.
We watched the 5th episode?
I don't know, actually.
Is that the 5th episode?
Let me think here.
No, 4th episode.
4th episode.
The Whispers of Nockmar.
Oh my god, not Nockmar. So this was the episode here where I was like, okay, they need to tone back with like modern talking in this one. This one was like, okay, it's getting a little, especially when Borman called, like, okay, the whole thing is like last episode, Graydon, his name's Graydon, right?
Yeah, Graydon.
He got like attacked by the bad guy, so he's got the like poisoning in him. They got to get him out to take the poisoning out, so they go to the haunted castle of Nockmar.
Which is the castle at the end of the Willow movie, where Queen Bathmorba is, that's her. That's
kill
her hideout.
Laura Dannon or whatever.
Yeah.
So it's all like haunted or infested, whatever. And they take him in there, and then the whole episode is just like they got to, cure him pretty much. That's pretty much the whole episode. They're looking through the castle, and it's like all weird and mysterious, and they're hearing voices and seeing things and whatever. I did enjoy the way they did the flashbacks with like from the original Willow movie, and they had young Willow walking around doing his like sleight of hand with the Laura Dannon and stuff like that.
Yeah, it looked really good.
Just the way they did it was cool. But I mean, there was a part where Borman, like Graydon's chained down, and he's like, oh, you're gonna have to kill me, whatever. I'm infected. You got to make sure I don't hurt you. And Borman called Graydon Grayonce. And I was like, all right, come on now. Like, this is getting a little too modern with their speaking here.
Yeah. So Borman has drunk some off wine as well in this episode, and it makes him a little bit silly.
Was that what was making him silly? Was he actually hearing voices, or was it because of his wine that he drank?
Who knows?
He heard like there was a locked door, and there's like women's voices like, "Come, help us, Borman, come get us,
open it up."
He was all horned up, so he wanted to open up the door, but he could never get in.
Yeah,
and it also was kind of like it was reminded me of like a terrible episode of Star Trek, where to be like, oh, if we invert the neutrino wave and spray a gamma, particulate into the old hyperdrive, that'll reverse flow on the flux capacitor and put like more pressure on the Johnson rod, and then we'll be okay. And that's kind of the way it was in this one. It's like,
oh yeah, for sure.
We got to make a poultice to save Graydon. Okay, well, make sure you've got your, I don't know what they even said, like
they needed pickled newt liver.
Yeah, and like all like this, don't forget the nightshade and the like fey dust and all this shit. It's just like, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, they even made a joke about it when she was looking for pickled newt liver. It's like, oh, don't forget to bring the, the newt eye and the whatever, But yeah. I just was like, oh, okay. This is like the fantasy version of that bullshit Star Trek gobbledygook they'll talk about.
Yeah. I didn't mind it. It's pretty good.
That part was not doing it for me. But, I mean, the episode was fine. I enjoyed it. But the modern day talk is kind of... They kept saying, like, oh, we're in deep shit and stuff like that. It's like...
Yeah, lots of modern day talk in here.
I'm surprised they didn't say, like, the shit hit the fan. So... That was like, but when he said Grayonce, I was like, okay, I know I'm supposed to be laughing at this. It's supposed to be a funny joke, but I just was like, no,
can't do it.
So, again, it's like a kid's show.
Oh yeah, 100%.
So, though I did enjoy it when they, Kit and Jade were locked away in the little room, and Borman's banging on the door, and they're like, how do we know it's you, Borman? And he's like, oh, I don't know, my musky smell or my excellent singing voice, like it's me. And they're like, tell us something only Borman would know. And he'd be like, you two are hot for each other.
Yeah. I laughed pretty hard at that.
They kind of like backed off and let him in then. So it was pretty funny that way.
Yeah. Very on the nose for sure.
Yeah. So I think Borman is probably the highlight of the show, really.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But I still enjoy it. I think Kit is probably the worst character in the show.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah. She's kind of sucks as a character.
Yeah.
But everything else, I mean, even Graydon is kind of just like, well, what's going to happen is like, is it going to be a Laura Dannon and Graydon getting married at the end or something?
Probably, but who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows? Don't know where the show is going to go at all.
Like he was all like, in his throes of pain, and then Laura Dannon is over there like rubbing his head and like, helping out with him and everything. I know she's supposed to be magical and, that's her job, but like Kit's just sitting over there like, oh, we're gonna have to kill him.
Yeah. Meanwhile, this whole thing is Willow's like, don't go up the tower.
Yeah.
Do not go up. Whatever happens, don't go up the tower.
Yeah.
And then they're doing the thing to exorcise the whatever from Graydon.
Yeah.
And there's a thing. Graydon just comes. Oh no, who is it? It's Alora Dannon gets kicked out because she's not doing her job to do the chanting and whatever. And then I can't remember what happens, but they go back in there with the room because it's done.
Yeah.
And Graydon's like, yeah, I don't know. Willow just kind of left.
Well, they're like, the badness went into Willow. We have to go find Willow. He ran away.
He went up the tower.
Yeah, that's the only place he could have gone is up the tower. So Alora Dannon's like, all right, let's go up the tower. And they go up the tower with Graydon, and then they get up to the top, and it's like, gotcha, I'm infested still. I tricked you.
I'm fully infested now.
Yeah.
Let's go.
And then Willow comes back. He's like, what did I tell you? The first thing I told you, don't climb the tower. She's just like, oopsie poopsie. But they had the nice like flashback shots of Willow and what's her name? Balmorva?
Balmorva? Yeah.
Something like that.
Baldmorda?
From the original movie.
Baldmorda?
Showing the, like, you know, how Willow wasn't magical in the first movie.
Yeah.
He just did like a sleight of hand trick that tricked her. And then, you know, they fight Graydon and they get the juice out of him. Willow, I don't know. What did Willow even do?
He didn't do anything.
Oh, yeah. It was
Willow got mangled and restrained by something in there.
Yeah, there was like some
little
weird
creature came out and
Yeah, they
grabbed him.
never said anything about that.
No, it was just like a little rock thing that came out. It's like, I gotcha.
And then that was it.
Like, what?
Yeah.
Where did this thing come from?
Then there's nothing else about it. And then, I guess Alora Dannon did like an ethereal French kiss on him.
Yeah, and
slurped out his badness. And then it went up into the sky.
Yeah.
as that is what to happen. And then the sun came out and everyone rejoiced.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they like, I don't know. It's kind of like, well, we got to get through this here.
Yeah.
It's got to be done in 40 minutes. So let's go.
Yeah.
Got a lot of ground to cover here.
Yeah, for sure.
But,
yeah, Borman is definitely the highlight of the show so far.
Mm-hmm.
And Kit is the worst ever. Like when she came across, there was a painting that she came
Mm-hmm.
across that showed, the whole thing with how Balmorda was the, given the power from the crone to do the badness.
Mm-hmm.
She's like standing there with the pickled newt butt or possum pussy or whatever the hell it is. And the painting like bursts into flame and shreds and reveals a passage, and she drops the thing and then picks it back up and carries on. I'm like, where are you going?
Yeah.
That is not the way to go. Are you just going to like go off and
go
do your
wherever.
own thing
I gotta look down this.
Graydon's done?
Yeah, I got to look down this. She doesn't care about Graydon.
Yeah. But then she goes down there and she's just back up where Graydon is, and she does her thing that she needs to do.
The other thing is when we found out Graydon like killed his brother somehow. Something was wrong with him.
Yeah. Yeah, Willow... did he link with him somehow?
No, I think it was Alora Dannon.
Oh, yeah, it was Alora Dannon when she was sucking the demon out of him.
Yep. I need to get the demon sucked out of me, too.
There was a little bit of a flashback where his brother was in a tree with him, and he, like...
yanked him out of the tree when he was younger, and he had, like, demon eyes or whatever.
Yeah.
But, I mean, is it true or not? I don't know.
We'll find out in the next episode of Willow.
Well, will we find out, though?
No, not in the next one, but we...
Or even period?
Later. Who knows? Season 2?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's a season 4 kind of thing.
Oh, wow. Okay. Holy.
Yeah, the season where things start to get bad in the writing and everything.
Yeah. It's
Where
usually
everything
season
goes
2. It's usually season 2 where it starts to get bad.
Yeah.
Well, anyways. I'm still enjoying it, but it's after the last couple shows, it's not as good.
No.
Yeah.
Definitely not.
Yeah.
It's a kid's show. It's not. We're not its
but
target
I mean,
demographic.
So was Miss Marvel, but Miss Marvel was rad.
Why aren't we its target demographic? We're
What,
the people
for
who grew
Willow?
up
Yeah,
watching
we
Willow.
should. It should have been.
We should be the target demographic.
It should have been for someone our age.
Yeah.
But we don't spend any money on merchandise,
No.
so they can't target at us.
Technically, we do because we buy it for our kids.
I don't have any kids.
Yeah, me neither. We are not the target demographic
No.
at all.
Definitely not.